Yes, alaikum. Yeah, you know what? It is time to step up the game because the report I've just shared with you regarding the freelancing, I think if I were you and if I had youth on my side, age, time, and nothing else to do, I trust you. I would have started with, uh, you know, uh, online money making opportunities right away. Internet is a real thing, and everybody needs to understand that whatever we have uh, learned and consumed over the last 3 weeks probably lays down a foundation for our prosperous future. But for us to avail any of the opportunity in any of the platform, uh, starting from freelancing, moving down to blogging, digital marketing, social media marketing, then there's copywriting, then there's YouTube, then there's digital products. I tell you, there is something right for you. All you need to do is just get started. That would be my advice to you. Uh, if you have watched all the training for the last 3 weeks and you have consumed good enough information regarding different avenues of money making on the internet, uh, in by large generally, except freelancing, except digital marketing, everything is interconnected. And I say so with utmost surety since I've been doing, bit of everything. If you want to start right now, you really do not need to have any computer skill. You can create a channel on YouTube, start recording video, talk about whatever you are expert in, and try to educate your viewers through your videos. Over a period of time you'll begin to get views because that's how YouTube algorithm works. Then at the same time start writing about the same topics you're passionate about in a blog post. So you need to create a blog, you need to host that blog on to your domain name, could be abc.com, mine is beinguru.com. Talk about the topics of your interest. And my advice to you folks is go for one particular micro niche rather than talking about everything, because that's not going to help you in the long run. So when you pinpoint a niche, identify what you want to write about, I would advise you to focus on that particular niche and try to cover every single detail of information you could cover um, regarding that particular micro niche. So you got two things interconnected. One is the video and other is the blogging. You create a content. Let's talk about the video first. You got a decent YouTube channel, and you let's say you want to talk about politics. Politics is a hot cake anyway. U.S. elections is something that's gaining a lot of attention from political pundits all over the world. That's where the whole political narrative is drawn from for the rest of the world. Whoever consumes office, assumes office, and there's a guy who consumed office for 4 good years. But anyways, when you talk about different topics every single day, and you create a video onto your YouTube channel, you would be advised, and I would recommend you to write about the same topics as well on your blog. And what would this is going to help you in the long run. This would not only help you in counter assisting your YouTube channel, but also lifting your blog as well. So my request to you guys is, now here's an interesting question from Abdul Basit. In this stream, I'm going to take a lot of questions. If someone is not expert in anything, what could that person do? Let me tell you, what could you do? All the vloggers in the world who create videos showing their cities, showing their villages, showing their traveling experience, showing their backyard, showing their farm, showing their, uh, you know, uh, whatsoever it is. They're not skilled, of course, but at the same time, they are educating users about a certain country or a city or a town. If someone living in Maharashtra or Mumbai in India has never been outside India, and courtesy YouTube, if they're able to get a chance to see South Africa, maybe Johannesburg, maybe Dublin in Ireland, uh, good part of Prague, Europe, whatsoever it is, internet gives you an opportunity to do it. Let's just talk about the northern areas of my country, Pakistan. There's a lot to cover there. Absolutely lot to cover. People want to see it. For those living in the east side, would like to see the south side, and same goes for the north side, right? So many people from Maharashtra coming in. Uh, Sadaji is from Maharashtra. Now, again, the point I want to emphasize is leverage the opportunities that really do not require a single penny. All you are required to do is create this channel using your smartphone. Does not even matter what phone you have. I can assure you this. The higher quality debate comes into equation when you've got a decent amount of following, people watching your videos. But to start, your YouTube journey, you don't need any fancy or expensive equipment. All you require is a courage to create videos, and most importantly, if you can come on the videos yourself, show yourself in the videos, that's it. Yeah, you've done a good game here. So YouTube is one thing that really does not require any skill. I mean, call it a skill if creating a video and appearing on a video and talking in a video, if that's a skill, I'll take it. But trust me, that is not even a skill. And the best part is, I've seen so many vloggers literally with no good content, gauging their audience to the heights of unbelievability, unimaginable, number of subscribers. Somebody who doesn't even know, how to speak and how to appear on the camera, but just because they're doing it regularly, creating videos and educating videos about their vlog, their subscribers keep growing every single day. So if you tell me that you do not have any single skill, a computer skill, what should you do? My advice to you is start vlogging. Show people your your city, show people your town, your village, whatever it is. And then start writing about the same content you have created in a video. Start writing about it as well for your blog. Now, all of a sudden, few months later, imagine you have created a lot of content. Thank you, Raj. You have created a lot of content on YouTube, showing people your village, your town, whatever you want to talk about. Call it vlog. But the reason why I'm emphasizing on village and city and town is to make you understand the importance of vlogging and what essentially is a vlog. So I'm gonna tag it and call it vlog. So the content you've been continuously creating in your vlog can also be translated in a text form and populated in a different blog post onto your main blog. So I've got a blog, abc.com, and I'm focusing, let's say a city. Every nitty gritty detail world might just need to know about my city is featured on my YouTube channel under different videos, and it is also covered in a written text form, different blog post on my main blog. Now the language hardly comes into equation as well. And the reason why the language does not account for is because who is asking you to focus on international audience? So I see a lot of Indian friends following this stream. I see a lot of Pakistani friends following this stream. Now, folks, if you're living in Pakistan, who is asking you to create a content in English and focus on an international audience? No, that really does not make any sense as well. Create your content in Urdu, create your blog in Urdu, and focus on the people living far away from your city and educate them about uh, important milestones, important buildings, heritage, Virsa, museum, zoo, uh, whatsoever uh, highlight your city owns. Talk about it. Create a vlog in Urdu, write a blog in Urdu. At least you are educating the rest of the Pakistanis, and same goes for India. I mean, I'm just explaining this for a understanding. If I were you, this pandemic has changed the world. The jobs that are lost, I'm afraid they are not coming back. The world is changing, and it's changing fast. And if you want to pace up yourself and compete with the literally cutthroat competition in this saturated world, you've got to embrace the technology. You've got to learn skills that are, in demand by the industry. Creating a YouTube channel doesn't cost a dime. Writing for your blog post doesn't cost a dime. Yes, of course, it costs you a time, but it doesn't cost you money. But the time you are spending is actually an investment towards a goal. That in the long run, you probably will get a lot of people watching your YouTube videos and reading your blog content. That's what the motive is. And then you can monetize your YouTube videos, and then you can monetize your blog. Google AdSense is the answer here. For YouTube, you are required to match the criteria put forth by Google, and that's 4,000 watch hours in a year and 1,000 subscribers in a span of 365 days, of course. Trust me, it's not difficult. I know so many people in their life literally changing ever since they started doing YouTube vlogging. YouTube has changed their life. I see Mento's Family, I think that's the channel name. And this couple is from a remote village from Pakistan. And in one of the videos, the server is the guy's name, and he tells his audience, gets a decent amount of views on his every single video, and tells his audience that they are planning to leave their full-time job because the money they make from Google AdSense, from their YouTube videos, And he actually categorically mentioned he creates 30 videos. So one video in a day is 30 videos in a month. And the amount of money YouTube pays him for creating a content is far better than the full-time teaching job he's doing in a school. It's a government school in their village. That's what I want to emphasize on. Now, Nahid, you say that your English is not good. Now, who has even asked you to create a content in English? If you have watched this stream since the beginning, I've been emphasizing on the importance of creating the content in your local language, focusing on your local vlogs, and uh, even writing in your local language. Yeah, the Minto family is the channel name. And I was so surprised at how a YouTube has literally changed a family. That is the power of videos, my friends. And imagine if he was counter assisting his YouTube channel with a blog, and imagine if he was writing about, uh, uh, highlighting different, uh, you know, milestones, buildings, uh, prominent places in his village. All of a sudden, the world is all yours. So, blogging, the misconception blogging, holds in the minds of many is it requires a lot of money. But in reality, this is not true. Blogging does not cost a dime. I keep on saying, yes, it costs your time, but that time is an investment towards a goal. The time you are spending today in writing a decent blog post every single day, focusing on a micro niche, the time you spend on recording videos, in creating a YouTube channel, um, make sure that your content is not repetitive, because nobody wants the same thing, uh, you know, put up again and again. People want diversity. People want different type of content. For all those YouTube, right now I'm actually live in two places. I'm live on my page, Being Guru. I'm live on my YouTube channel, and all those YouTube students, you had a amazing chance of uh, getting training about different skill set that could help you in getting started on the internet, and most possibly, if you do it right, if you put in all the time and effort it requires, uh, eventually you'll be making good money from the time you'll spend. Freelancing, blogging, digital marketing, social media marketing, creative writing, creating a YouTube channel, creating the digital products, perhaps going for a collaborative startup idea. All of these avenues are for real, folks. And all it requires is the courage to learn different skill set. But before you learn different skill sets, you got to learn the most important skill that is required to ace at the internet game. And that only skill set is learn how to communicate. It's the art of communication that helps you in better engagement to your content, forcing your viewers on YouTube and readers on your blog to stay glued to your content, and actually looking forward to the new content. If I don't create a video, people actually ask me, is everything right? You have not created a video in the last 2 days. And that is the power of communication. Create a content so diversified, so interesting, so informative that people actually look for your new blog post or your new YouTube video. It all starts with the sea of communication. And then you'll be able to see the diversified world once you topple off your biggest barrier, the sea of communication, right? Then you'll be able to see the real world, the sea of opportunities. My friends, let me tell you something. If I were you, 6 months past this pandemic, dawn of tomorrow would not yet be a typical dawn I've been going through for the last 6 months. As a matter of fact, I would have I would show up to the challenge, create a YouTube channel, create a blog, and if I don't know how to do it, I'll ask someone to do it for me, and I'll just pick up a topic and I'll talk about it, be it a video on YouTube or a written content on my blog. But I'm gonna, just start doing it. If you look at my screen, the screen talks about an Upwork report highlighting the importance of freelancing. $59 million Americans are doing freelancing, generating $1.2 trillion in annual earnings. $1.2 trillion in annual earnings. That's equivalent to what Apple and other companies are doing, right? Let's just dive deep into other stats. And it says 36% of freelancers do it full time. 75% who left their employer ever since this pandemic struck, whatsoever the country is, but they're talking about US. 75% of those freelancers are actually making the same amount of income or even better than their full-time traditional job. 22% say that there's an increase in their annual freelance earnings. That's accumulating to $1.2 trillion a year. 58% of traditional workers who began working remotely, that's working from home, they are now considering freelancing full time. 86% are optimistic about a bright freelancing future. Now, what is in it for you? I mean, that's an American stat. Why you should be excited in hearing this news. Here's a link to it. You may want to see it. Actually, I've provided this link in the description as well. Now, you might be wondering what is in it for you. Do you have any idea what is in it for you? Just thinking out loud, if I ask you, what is in it for you? And the answer is, all of those freelancers, they probably would feel a need at some point or another to outsource their work. Exactly, Sardaji. Bilkul, check ke rakho tusi. Gauravjeet says, it is an opportunity to collaborate. Bilkul Prajawal, you're right, yaar. Opportunity. And what is the opportunity? Look, they only got two hands. They can only work in 24 hours. And what if their work plate grows? If their work plate grows, it is actually a blessing in disguise for all the Asian freelancers. Doesn't matter if you're living in India, doesn't matter if you're living in Pakistan, Sri Lanka, whatsoever the country you're living in. It is a great opportunity for you to, start freelancing and create an alliance with that American freelancer. Perhaps form a long-term relationship. That look, I'm a freelancer and I have 4 friends who are working with me. You can test us with a couple of projects. If we meet the deadlines, if you find us uh, communicative enough, you love our communication skill, you love our responsiveness, you love the work we do, then perhaps sign an agreement that you are giving us all the extra work you can't handle. And in this way, you expand as well. You're not saying no to the opportunities and you're not losing money. Of course, you're paying us as a freelancer, but at the end of the day, you're still keeping some money. And this outsourcing phenomena, ever since this pandemic has struck the world, has taken the world by storm. A lot of American companies, when their workload grew, the freelancers, 59 million precisely, all across US states, they felt a need of outsourcing their work onto freelance marketplaces. Now, if you got your presence on different freelance marketplaces, my friends, beginning with Fiverr, then there's Upwork, then there's Guru.com. If your profile is strong enough that communicates uh, about your character as a freelancer, I think you're giving yourself a good chance of not only grabbing the interest of your client, but also form a long-term relationship, a relationship that could provide for continuous work stream in months to come. You know, one of the reasons why small businesses have literally shut down and a lot of American small businesses filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy was just because they did not have sales stream. They didn't have leads. With smart lockdown being practiced in many states in US, and let's just talk about the rest of the world. I mean, India had this terrible lockdown where a lot of people suffered, a lot of small businesses suffered, right? Right, my Indian friend? You know what you've got, what you guys have gone through. And the reason why small businesses have suffered is because there was no customer coming in. With no customer coming in, there's no money coming in, right? So Prajwal says yes. So when there's no money coming in, uh, you're in deep waters, deep woods. So that is where a freelance profile, that is where a blog, that is where a YouTube could help you in getting a second source of income. And God knows, I've been self employed for 20 years, folks. God knows if this could turn out to be your main thing in the future, and you may not feel a need for a full time job ever again. This is what a power of internet business could do to you. Bill Gates, in his book in 1999, Business at a Speed of Thought, hinted about the opportunities lying idle on the internet, and if people don't cash on those internet related opportunities, if they do not build their business on internet, they're actually going out of a business. And we saw a lot of examples of big brick and mortar retail stores literally fading out because they did not innovate. Nokia was one example, Kodak to follow Nokia. And both were respective giants. Nokia, as a matter of fact, was acing towards the first company to become, to hit the $1 trillion cap. $1 trillion is no joke. And the internet had just started back then. But just because they did not innovate, Steve Jobs and Samsung grabbed the opportunity with both hands, cashed onto it, and rest is history. Nokia literally became in history. Kodak is in history. Same happened with BlackBerry. They were focused to, concentrate heavily on the software side, the enterprise solution. But when it came to smartphone, iPhone and Huawei and Samsung literally swept everything under the carpet. This is a time to set up your internet business and step up the game. Create your YouTube channel, create your blog, start talking what you're most passionate about. And most importantly, none of these two platforms require a skill. All you need to learn is how to write, and all you need to learn is how to record a video and upload it on YouTube. Enough for this blogging lecture tonight. Food of thought, my friends. Start before you're wiped off from the face of the opportunities. Don't wait for another day to, pass by and just waste your time. This blog post is something you should take a printout and put on your desk. Because every single morning when you sit on your desk, these figures will remind you of what you are supposed to do and what you have missed since March, since this pandemic hit the world by storm. If I were you, I would do it. Every single day, you need to remind yourself that there's something you need to do and you need to do it today. Do not wait for another day. YouTube channel and blog. And we have learned about the details of blogging. We have learned about the importance of picking the right keywords. Those who have got a decent amount of volume but they've got less difficulty, such keywords should be searched and picked for your blog. And honestly speaking, it's true for the YouTube video as well. It's all about selecting the right keywords people are searching for. You don't want to talk on your YouTube video or write on your blog about something people are not searching for. The niche and the selection of micro niche depends on your passion. And I tell you, if you are passionate about something, whatever you'll create in a form of a video or whatever you write in a form of a blog, that would be coming right from the center of your heart. With that, I'm going to leave the stream. Enough for igniting the dormant passion lying inside you. All it required was, somebody to kick it off. So that's it. Well done, folks. I see a lot of people commenting from YouTube that they've set their target to become freelancers. Some want to try their hands on YouTube. Some want to create a blog.